Tuesday the 11th. It is 8 PM. Currently just out with the dog. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go home, see if anything else lines up for the rest of the day, but I doubt it, to be honest. Quite far away from all of the other 4-hour zones, so we'll see what happens when I wake up tomorrow. I wake up at 6 tomorrow and see if anything else is lining up then. So yeah, let's get into episode 8, I think this is. Yeah, episode 8, time's flying by. Okay, it's 5 to 12. I've just got to the gym, got a back session, well, back and buys, so a pull session. Currently up around $69 now. Just sort of seeing what happens with those trades. Let me try that again, because yesterday I didn't focus. So just basically just seeing what happens now. So obviously we're not running a take profit on the trades. All I'm doing is hedging when we get to a 4-hour area of interest. So yeah, I'm hedging. Let me see how many positions I'm hedging. I think I'm hedged in 2 positions now. So CAD JPY and USD JPY are both hedged, so we're in both buys and sell positions. I'll go over all the trades later, but yeah, that's an update on the account. For now, I'm going to go into the gym and get this pull session done. Okay, gym is done. It is 1:29 PM. This is an update on the accounts. So there's some high impact news at 1:30, and you can see that it's already having an impact on the trades. We were up around $70 about an hour ago, but we are coming down on that just because of the high impact news, I would have thought. So this chart here is GU. So GU we're in the most profit on. So that's why I'm keeping an eye on GU. If we can get up to this level, I will take 66% off the trade. But let's just see what happens in 10 seconds. I mean, we'll break even on most trades, I think. Not all though, so this might be interesting. Let's see what happens here. So we got stopped out of something. So let's see what actually happened there quickly. So I think we lost... Yeah, so we closed 2 losing trades, USD JPY and Euro USD, during that high impact news. And this is obviously something that can happen when you're holding trades like this. So like the way I've started trading recently, that I'm holding trades throughout the week, these types of things can happen and do happen regularly. So it's the only thing to sort of consider. Everything else I'm really enjoying trading this way. But yeah, things like this, you know, there's always a chance that things like this can happen. So we did get an alert on AUD USD, but we've smashed right through this area. So I'm going to wait for all this sort of madness to calm down a little bit. Usually around half an hour after the high impact news. So I now realise what I should have done with this Euro USD trade is at 11:15 price was quite close to our stop loss to break even. So what I should have done is I should have been checking the news on this, and if I would have saw, I think it's PPI today, and if I would have seen it was PPI today, I could have potentially moved the stop loss to break even at that point. So even though we weren't quite at a 1-to-1, we could have moved the stop loss to break even just a little bit quicker because of the high impact news. Good morning. I'm not sure how well you can see me. It's 7:10. Just got to the gym for a leg session. Still in some trades. Floating at Around $61. However, we have closed some losses yesterday. I'll go over all the trading update when I'm back home later. But I've got 2 pending orders as well, Euro USD and USD CAD. Just waiting to see if we get triggered into those ones or not. In the meantime, let's go into the gym and do this leg session. Quick update, it is 12:31. You can see that we are currently in $114 profit, and we're actually in profit on all of the positions that we're in currently. There is some high impact news at 1:30 p.m, so I will sort of film that and we'll see what happens with the accounts, but most of these positions are now break even, so fingers crossed it won't be too detrimental. Okay, so as we turn to 1:30 here, you can see the price moves a lot. Now for me personally, I'm happy to take the risk being still in trades over news periods. Now the reason for that is I think because of the likelihood that we are break even on some of these trades, that if price does go against us, a lot of the time we are just getting stopped out at break even. So obviously there's going to be losing trades by holding trades over news, but at the same time, if you are okay to take that risk, then it shouldn't bother you if you do get stopped out of news inflicted trades. It's so cold all the time. I feel like in these videos all I talk about is the weather, and I can only apologise for that, but it's just 1 degree feels like -7. Can you see that? Just in case you think that I'm lying. Feels like -7. Come on. Oh, and then I've just realised as well, look at the rain. Rain all weekend. I don't know how well you can see that, but trust me when I tell you, it's soul destroying. Just cold and windy and I suppose though, the only sort of positive I can see about this is if you can push yourself to still get up and go to gym and go running and stuff when the weather's like this, at least you show, you know, you've got like quite good self-discipline, because it is really easy to not want to and not do it. So at least if you can keep going doing those types of things, the things that you know you need to be doing, even when the weather's like this, that's it's the only positive I can see out of cold weather, really. And I suppose the other one is it's not too hot. But honestly, I'd take it being like disgustingly hot. I'd take it being like 40 degrees. Would I? I don't know. Depends. It's all about, I like sleeping well, me. I've not been sleeping well since I was about 10, to be honest. But but I take sleeping well over, like, I try and prioritise sleeping when it's red hot. It's hard to do that. But anyway, this is the sort of account update. What I'll do is I'll go over everything. Why don't I just do this? There you go, you can see that better, can't you? So we're up $84, like floating profit. And then if we look for this week, so starting Monday, we're down $15. So that's the how are we getting on since I started trading like this, which was Monday the 3rd. We're up, since I've started trading this way, we're up $50. So we're up $50 closed, and we're floating at 85. Now I will be closing these trades today. It's Friday. Have I mentioned what day it is? No, I haven't yet. Today is Friday the 14th February. So I will be closing all of these. There's more high impact news at 1:30, so I think I'm just going to close everything at about 1, just because I've said in the videos about how price jumps. So when the market closes on a Friday night and then reopens Sunday night, it gaps, and I don't want to be stopped out. So all of those trades are break even, but even still, let's try and get out at some profit. I do think as well that the markets have been particularly crazy this week, because I don't know if my video is going to get like shadow banned for saying Trump in it, but because Trump has been he's been talking, doing loads of stuff this week, and the US dollar's just been like all over the place. So I think that, well, obviously we're going to have losing weeks anyway, but I think that has added to some of the losing trades. In terms of closed losing trades, we hopefully will be up overall this week, unless something catastrophic happens before 1 p.m. I'm not going to look for any more trades. There's no point taking anything when I'm going to be in and then out. I took a trade on Euro USD at 6 this morning, but I think from 6 until 1 there's quite a bit of time to make a little bit of profit. But from now on, what time is it now? It's 20 past 9, so I'm not going to take anything else and hope that I can get out of the trade before 1 p.m. I'd rather just leave it. So yeah, that's the account update. I've just got to the gym to do a push session, so I'm going to get in there now and do it, and then I'll catch back up with you. I'll go over all of the trades and stuff later when I'm home, and then yeah, see you later. Okay, today is Saturday the 15th of February. I thought I'd just quickly go over some of the trades that I took this week and the reason for taking those. So we'll start here on Euro USD. So from a 4-hourly perspective, these are the areas that I have drew out on the chart. Now, it's basically support and resistance. Prices come into these areas, either tested and rejected or broken through and used as support. It's literally support and resistance trading. And then what I do is I use the 4-hour to mark out the zones that I'm going to be trading, and then I use a 15-minute or sometimes a 5-minute for entries. So all I'll do is I'll have alerts set at these 4-hour areas, and then if we come into those areas, I then scale down to a lower chart, 15-minute or 5-minute, to then decide what price is doing and how I can potentially enter the trade. So the first position here we got into on Euro USD was on Thursday. So you can see price came up to this area of resistance on the 4-hour chart. I was then just looking for entries. So whether it's, I usually look for a break of the low. So when price comes up to here, we've shown that there's some sustainability. So price hasn't pushed through. So it is respecting our 4-hour level. And then when I start to see signs of bearish momentum, whether it's bearish candles, I'm then looking for a break of a low. I like taking trades on breaks of lows for sells or breaks of highs for buys. Main reason for that is that's from the strategy I used to use, RoxFX 4-hour, 5-minute, 2-candle theory strategy. Usually you're looking for breaks or highs and lows for your entries on that one, and I've incorporated that into this trading strategy. So I tend to be looking for breaks of lows for sells, and that's exactly what we got here. So when we came up at 6:45 on Thursday, I was looking for a break of this low. So price came up to this area, respected it, and then made a low. Once price broke this low, I was triggered into that trade because I put a sell stop order in. So when it came up around 6 o'clock, 6:45, I was going to the gym. But what I do is, when I see price moving sideways or respecting an area, I set a sell stop order here, and then I set a alert above this area. So if price comes around here but then continues upwards, if I'm in the gym or doing what I'm doing, I'll get an alert on my phone which I'll actually label delete Euro USD sell. So then when I see, so if price does violate here, it'll trigger a notification. I'll look at that notification and say, okay, well, price has violated this area. It hasn't broken the low that we were looking for. It may continue upwards. We're no longer looking for sells. And then my phone tells me what to do. So I just make sure that I put it on the alert. So let's just say if we set one here, add alert on Euro USD, if you double click that and then change the message to whatever. So I usually leave the pair at the start and then just put delete sell order, and then as soon as I get a notification on my phone, even if I'm in the gym, it tells me exactly what I need to do. So I don't need to go into trading view on my phone, don't need to do any of that. All I need to do is just delete the order, because that's what it's telling me to do. So yeah, that's how I sort of leave the trades and see if I get triggered in or not. But yeah, sorry, with this one, we did get triggered in, sell position. We got down to a 1-to-1, and then have another alert here saying, so it will tell me that price has come to this area, come to our 1-to-1, and then I'll say stop loss to break even. So then when I get a notification on my phone, I know price on Euro USD is at break even. So let's move stop loss to break even. So yeah, with that one, we got stop loss to break even, but then price did actually come back up. Once it came back up, I was again looking for another sell entry, just because price has bounced here previously. It's rejected at this area on the 4-hour chart. So I was looking for another sell entry, which you can see that when we got back up to this level, price tried to break this previous high and then came back down with a bearish candle. So we were looking for another sell entry, which is what I took here. Sell stop order below this level. Price triggered us in, and then I think that was news inflicted at 6:30 on Thursday. I think there was some high impact news, but yeah, you can see big candle triggered us in, came down to our break even. Now remember, this one was close, it only just got down to our break even, but luckily enough it was 6:30. I was home, and I quickly moved stop loss to break even on that one. So we took another break even trade there on Euro USD. Next position was on Friday morning. There you can see, so this area where price has rejected previously, price finally broke through. So at that point I was just looking for a buy, because we're no longer respecting this level. We're broken above, price may continue upwards. Now I say may, obviously none of this is guaranteed, but there's a chance it'll continue upwards, because previously it's been pushing down, it's finally broke through, which shows that there is some bullish momentum in the markets. I'm just looking to take advantage of that. So I looked for a buy on the break of a high, which I got here, and then I need to stop saying I moved my stop loss to break even, but with this one, price has started moving sideways. Now I said earlier on in the video that I am just going to close all positions at 1 p.m, which is exactly what I did. So with this one, we closed at some profit. Oh no, basically break even on that one. But yeah, I've closed that trade pretty early, because I was looking to get out of all of the trades on Friday before the high impact news and before the market closes, because what you may see is here now where price is, it's Saturday now, obviously the markets are closed, but when they reopen on Sunday night, price may go from here and then the next candle might be all the way up here, because price gaps sometimes when the market reopens. So if price maybe was there and then it reopens and the next candle opens down here, I'm already stopped out of that trade. That is why I try to close trades early on Friday. Well, I do close them early on Friday. GJ, this week on GJ, can't quite remember how we got on. I don't think it was particularly profitable. I actually think it was horrible. Yeah, it was. So first trade here is Monday. I really like GJ. GJ is probably my favorite pair to trade. I just think that there tends to be less news on British pound and Japanese yen. There's some news, particularly on British pound, but comparing that to the US dollar, there's news all the time on US dollar, high impact news. Usually it's on Wednesdays and Fridays, but yeah, with Great British pound, there tends to be sort of usually one high impact news per week, and then with Japanese yen, sometimes it's one or two a week. So I really like GJ. I think even though there's the fact that there's not too much high impact news, and the fact that I think it's quite volatile, there's quite a lot of volume in GJ. I think it's just a pair that quite a lot of people trade, so it's really moved quite well. This isn't a great example of that, because I think we took 3 trades and they were all losers this week. Oh no, we got one break even. So yeah, this week basically was just looking for same strategy. These are the areas of rejection. Now with these, you can see that price has come down, but I didn't put a level here, which I potentially should have, but price has just broke through. In fact, there's definitely a level to be drawn there on GJ, just because of all of these areas of rejection. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo all of my levels when tomorrow probably, just so they're ready for Monday. But yeah, ultimately price came down. I've been just looking for a buy position from this level, and now that I look at it, I definitely should have moved. If I would have moved that to where price has rejected previously, I would have taken a buy position from here. Stop loss would have been below this level, and we actually would have got a winning trade there. But yeah, either way, that's where my levels were drawn for this week. I'm going to redo them today or tomorrow, probably get ready for next week. But yeah, either way, when price came down to here, took a buy position and we lost that trade. Took another buy position from here. I thought the price was still bouncing, didn't. And then a third one, and then I took a sell position from here on Tuesday the 11th, and then we didn't. We took a loss on that one. And then the final trade was on Thursday, where I took a sell position because of this area of rejection on the 4-hour chart, and we got down to break even. I moved the stop loss to break even. We're basically just ranging then for the rest of Friday until I close the trades early. AUD USD, again, not a great week. I'm surprised that I've closed this week profitably, to be honest with you, because some of these trades do not look good. But yeah, this is a loss here. Price came up to this area, 4-hour rejection, closed. Another one here. Price came down. I was looking for a continuation down. When price came back up to here, I thought if we break this low, in fact, I deleted that order. Yeah. Some of these aren't as bad as they look because I did delete some of these orders. So like with this one, price broke this area of rejection, area of support that it's been using previously. So when we came back up to here, I thought, okay, prices broke through. It may come up for a retest and then go. So I set a sell stop order at this level, but price broke through. So then I closed the sell stop order here. So we didn't get triggered into that one. So we didn't take a loser there. We then took a winner. I took a winner on Thursday. So price came down to this level. I was just looking for a buy at the break of a high, which we got. We got a 2.45 risk to reward on that one, and we took a winner on AUD USD. CAD JPY on Tuesday was our first trade. Really nice trade here on CAD JPY. So price came down here, support, buy stop order, triggered it in, held this one. So when we came up to this level, I was looking to hedge this order, which I did. So price pushed up into this area of rejection, started showing some signs of bearish momentum. So here we broke this low, so I was triggered into my sell stop. However, price just pushed through. I think that was news, yeah, Wednesday the 12th at 1:30, high impact news, closed me out of this at a loss, but I was still holding. I closed 66% of this trade, the buy trade, but then we took a loss on that one, but I was still holding 0.33% of 33% of the buy that we were in. So we were still holding that winner all the way up to here. And then there was a buy entry again, which I closed early, because you can see here it's Friday. I closed this out at about 1 o'clock. So about a break even on CAD JPY, that buy position, that second buy position that we were in. Euro NZD. First trade here was on Tuesday. It was a Tuesday night. I remember this trade, it was quite late, but I was really happy that we'd finally broke above this area of rejection, and then we started showing some sustainability. So I just entered this at a market execution. I just thought price is going to continue upwards. You can see price did come down in the middle of the night, but then did continue upwards. So I took a 3.77 risk to reward on that one. Obviously not the full 3.77, because at this point I closed 66% of that trade. So we were still in that one. So we're in that buy position, closed some of it, took partials, some of it there, took a sell position from here because price is rejected. I jumped into that trade around there, expecting price to go back down, still holding this buy. Price came down, stopped me out at break even, because once I take 66% off a trade and then move stop loss to break even. So closed me out at break even on this buy position, but with this sell, we were still holding that sell. And we moved stop loss to break even, but got down to here and weren't in it anymore because I closed that trade early, about 1 o'clock on Friday. So that's how much profit we made, about a 1-to-1 risk reward on that one. All closed now. GU, one of the buys on GU I held basically all week, really good buy position. So what happened here is on Monday we took a buy position, price came down and stopped us out. I decided not to put the stop loss below this level for some reason. Don't know why I did that, but yeah, originally I thought price was just going to come down here to bounce, so I put my stop loss at a bit of a stupid area. From now on, the stop loss is always going below the area of interest on the 4 hour, which is how I usually do it. Really don't know what I did with this trade, but yeah, we took a loss on that one, but then immediately we're looking for another buy position because basically price just came down deeper into the 4 hour of support and then went up. So from there, took another buy position, held this one for basically all week. So we got into that on Tuesday at 9:30. When we came up to here, sold 66% of it, but carried on holding the rest of the trade. Took a couple of sell positions here, hoping price would reverse at this level. One of them was break even. You can see that trade there, because we got a nice tight stop on that sell, so that was a break-even trade. And then this one was just a loss, but we were still holding this from earlier on in the week, which ended up going to a 5.72, but at this point I wasn't in it anymore because I closed all the trades at 1 p.m. on Friday. USD CAD, one break-even, one winner. So with this USD CAD trade at Tuesday at 7:30, looked for a buy position. Took the buy position, we came up to break even at 1:30. I then closed, put a stop loss to break even. We then came back down, stopped out. Price came down, broke below this area of support, came back up and retested it. Once it did, I was looking for a sell position. Took the sell down to here, got some profit, but then closed out early on Friday. And then USD JPY, so another trade that I held for a while. So price came down to this area. I took a buy position, took some of the position off here once we got to this area of resistance. Took a sell position, didn't work out, but was still holding some of that buy. Broke through, came back down, was retesting this area. I thought price was going to go up. Put another order in. Don't think I got triggered into this one because basically price came down. Because basically when price came down to here, I put a buy stop order here thinking if price, no. And then took a loss there on that sell. So price came down to this area. I thought it was going to bounce back up. Put a buy order in here. It didn't. So took a loss on that trade there. So this is what the accounts are currently looking like. Now, bear in mind, these are the accounts that we're trading only. So the rest of these are FTMO challenges and a 5ers challenge, which we're staying away from because these were more expensive and the Finitive funding accounts are really quite cheap. I thought I would test this strategy first on the cheaper Finitive funding accounts because I don't know if it works. I've never actually traded this way. So everything that I'm showing on these videos, obviously take with a pinch of salt because I've got no idea if it's going to work. Don't listen to me. I don't trade profitably, so don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just showing you what it's like for me to try and get profitable. But yeah, anyone who's taken my videos as solid advice on trading, I suggest you don't, unless you're just trying to see it from a point of view of how hard it is potentially to actually get going and get profitable. But yeah, this is the reason why I'm only trading these 5 accounts at the minute, because these were too expensive to blow those accounts. I really want to look after them. So what I'm doing on those accounts is once a week roughly I take a 0.01 just to keep the account active, but the rest of the time we are trading these Finitive funding accounts. So this is where we're currently at. The starting balance 2,500 on all of them apart from this one, which is 5k.
And then I've got the targets in there, so how much we need to make, and then what our current balance is, and then a percentage, and then how far away we are from those targets. So this account here is doing particularly well. So I didn't start all of these at the same time as well. So if you're thinking why the account's different, some of these have been trading in a different way at different times, but now I've got Social Trader Tools running all accounts at the exact same time. So weekly profit, we should be the same week on week. But yeah, this is what the accounts are looking like now. This one is only $46 away from passing phase 1, so fingers crossed I can get through that next week, but you know, we'll just see what happens. No one knows what's going to happen. So if we have a look at the profit we have made this week, going from the 10th, you can see that we are up $69 on the 2.5k Finity funding accounts. And then if we do the same again on the 5k account, you can see that we're up $130. So even though the profit is quite small on the 2.5k accounts, if I can trade this way and continue to be profitable, then I will start running that on 10k challenges and 100k challenges, hopefully at some point, and we might start actually making some good profit, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one.